guys, welcome back to another brand new video. Tomorrow I will be travelling interstate for work. It's my second work trip in the past few weeks, and so today I thought I would share with you how I pack for a work trip and my work trip essentials. In terms of work travel, the past few years have been pretty quiet and locked down, but in an ordinary year I do take a fair few domestic trips. Some of these are the really tiring fly in and fly out on the same day, but the majority of these will involve at least staying for the one night. Now I've got a set of packing principles that guide me, and I will talk more in detail about those later on in this video, but those packing principles apply regardless of whether you are traveling for the one night or for the 1 week. And so let's get stuck into those and to my work travel essentials. To kick things off, let's talk about the bag that I use. The bag that I've been using for all of my travel recently, both for work and play, is the July carry-on luggage. Now this is a bag that I've owned for a few years, and as you can tell from the name, you are able to carry it into the cabin with you, but if you've packed over the allowable limit, then you will need to check the bag in. The July case is a really smart bag, both in its looks and also its functionality. It's got this ejectable battery with a USB connection, and so you can charge your devices on the go. The battery is approved for flying, but just make sure that you remove the battery before you go through security, which is a mistake that I keep making that causes annoying and avoidable delays. Now the bag has a hard shell polycarbonate case with aluminium bumpers, making it a really sturdy little thing. It comes with an integrated TSA lock, smooth wheels that are really quiet, that spin 360 degrees. Making it really easy to maneuver around the airport, and the handle can be adjusted to over 20 different heights. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now the bag is hands down the best piece of luggage that I've ever owned, and it is a perfect size for work or for short-term travel. Now when it comes to packing, I'm a recent packing cube convert, and these things are awesome when it comes to travel, and they make a world of difference when you're living out of a bag. I have black packing cubes here, also from July, that I use when I'm packing things for travel when I'm using this case, but I will also use them when I'm using a soft weekender sort of duffel style bag, just to keep things separate and compartmentalized. So I'll have my clothing in one, my smalls in another, or I'll compartmentalize my kids in each different packing bag, just so that it's easy and everything stays neat and tidy. Having things separated like that just makes it so much easier when you're on the road, and it also makes it easy when you're coming home and tidying up after a trip. Now I've got 4 rules to guide me when I am preparing for a work trip. The first cardinal rule is carry on only. Checked baggage is a delay that you don't need, particularly if you are pressed for time. You just want to shimmy off the plane with your bag and straight into a taxi without having to wait at the baggage carousel, because chances are your bag is going to be the last one to come out, or the baggage handlers from the airport that you took off from decided to do a few wheelies, your bag fell off, and it never made the plane.
Cool story, Hansel.
Not a great way to start a work trip. The second rule, which relates to the clothing items that you choose to pack, is no ironing. I don't really like faffing about with irons when I'm traveling, particularly with irons that I'm not familiar with, stranger danger, and so I will mainly stick to fabrics that are less maintenance. Rule number 3, pack smart. This means packing lightly, but also factoring in contingencies. This basically means that I will pack items that I can easily mix and match and tweak depending on what last minute stuff just comes up. A work dinner, a last minute meeting with buglugs who's heard that you're in town. Just have some additional things up your sleeve just in case. Now you'll have to be a bit more strategic with your packing, particularly if you're away for a few nights, but if you're just away for the one night, then you'll obviously have a little bit more wriggle room and more luggage space to spare. And my final rule is look professional at the airport. The way I see it is that you're still working and you could bump into people at the airport, and so don't wear anything where you might feel funny if someone were to bump into you. So for me, that's no trackies and no leggings. Chances are that when you arrive at your destination, you will likely go from the airport straight to where you need to be, and so just dress for that. Now I'll be heading up to Brisbane tomorrow, where the weather will be a lot nicer than how it's been in Sydney. Now I'm giving a presentation, I have a pretty relaxed dinner, and then I've got some time in the office where I will be meeting with people, and so here is what I will be packing with me. I've got my merino t-shirt from Arket, classic white tee, also from Arket, my wide leg camel trousers from the Frankie shop, my navy blazer from the Fold, my navy suit trousers from the Fold, a pair of jeans, a trench coat, my Gucci loafers, my brown slingbacks from Flint, my Celine Trio bag. Now I've gotten into the habit of packing a smaller handbag so that when I'm heading out to dinner or running errands, then I can just take the bare essentials and pack them in my smaller bag as opposed to carrying my large handbag with me. My pajamas, my slippers, yes, I take these everywhere, and my gym gear. Now tomorrow's outfit for travel will be my camel trousers, t-shirt, blazer, trench, loafers, and so I won't be packing those into my case. Now this nails the comfortable but professional brief. I still look schmicko, but I can still run around like a mad thing if I'm running late. Not that I'm planning to be, but just in case. Now the handbag that I will be taking with me will be my Celine Small Phantom Carbis tote. I took this with me when I travelled down to Melbourne for work a few weeks ago, and this will hold my laptop, charger, diary, stationery, all the things that I need to actually work for the day. Now for that trip to Melbourne a few weeks ago, it was really cold, and so I had to take a coat with me, which I wore on the plane, and some chunky knits that were weather appropriate. And so while my bag had more stuff in it, I didn't need to check anything in. Now, if you travel for work often, then you've probably got your list of go-to items that you rely on often. I've got some trusty workwear items, and these pack really well and they don't crease, and so I thought I would talk you through those standout pieces now. Okay, now the first item is the Karen Millen Forever dress, and this is a solid power dress. If you work in a really dressy corporate environment and you do a lot of corporate travel, then you really need this dress in your arsenal. It's one of those pieces that you can just throw on and it just instantly lifts your workwear game. This is made of a triacetate material, and so it just doesn't crease. This one is really quite low maintenance and easy care, and you look like $1 million bucks. As opposed to me in today's knit, where I probably look, you know, $10,000 tops. The next standout workwear travel item that I have to share with you are the Clever Crepe pieces from the Fold, and I have the Clever Crepe blazer here to share with you. I've got this blazer in 2 colours, navy and white, and I've also got the pants and a stylish top from the range. This is a jacket that I will be taking with me on my trip tomorrow, and it's also one that I took with me on my recent trip to Melbourne. And these are some seriously hard working items in my wardrobe. Again, these pieces were designed to be crease resistant, really easy care, and really easy to mix and match with each other too. And another standout workwear piece, which is also just a general favorite in my wardrobe and has featured in many of my videos, is the bee style trouser from the Frankie shop. I have these in 3 different colors. I've got them in camel, chocolate, and in black. I am taking the camel pair with me on my trip tomorrow to Brizzy, and I took the black pair with me to Melbourne earlier. Whenever I pop these on, I always feel really stylish. They're easy to mix and match, and they don't crease. Another standout workwear travel item which packs really well and doesn't crease are the crepe knit pieces from Scanlan Theodore. I have a fair few of their navy crepe knit pieces. I've got a couple of jackets and tops, and when you pair them together with the skirt, it just looks like a really schmicko suit. Now they've really slowed down on producing a lot of the more corporate and dressy style jackets. I have a feeling that they'll probably return soon. I mean, it's probably just a sign of the times at the moment that people aren't really relying on those pieces as much anymore. But I was relying on a lot of the crepe knit range when I was traveling for work pre-pandemic, and I can see myself making use of these again soon. Not only are these amazing for travel, but they're just great for your workwear in general. These just fold up really neatly in your suitcase and they don't crease, making them ideal for when you're traveling. Particularly when I was away for work for the entire week, I would rely quite heavily on my crepe knit items, and I just mix and match the jackets, and that meant that I was able to pack really lightly and still have a lot of variety in the outfits that I wanted to wear. This really feels like a bit of an old school recommendation now, because Scanlan Theodore crepe knit has been around for a really long time, but I really do feel like it's a classic for a reason and it's worth the price tag. So that's a wrap, guys. That's it. I hope you found my video about my work travel essentials, as well as the rules that I set for myself when I'm preparing for a work trip, to be useful, particularly if work travel is on the cards for you again. If you like this video, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button just so that I know that you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!